Hi my sweet loves, I hope you guys are having a great day. I am doing a foundation first impression video right now, rather spontaneously. I was just about to put a new foundation on my face and I'm like, why am I not sharing this with you guys? It's been a minute since we have done a foundation test, so I am super excited. We are going to try the foundation. I'm going to check in all throughout the day. We're going to see how this is. So I literally just took it out of the box. I bought this last night at Ulta. This is the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. So this is very interesting. They had a huge display in Ulta that said, "You asked, we listened," I think it said. But essentially it had a very nice large shade range, as all foundations should have, because we all know about the debacle in the past with Tarte and their foundation shade range. So thankfully now there is a lovely shade range for this face tape foundation. So this is supposedly full coverage, a flawless natural matte finish. What I found fascinating about it, it said it was hydrating along with having this nice matte finish. So this was $39 and I got the shade light beige. I was swatching them on my neck. It looked like it was going to be a really good fit. I'm hoping it is. It is hypoallergenic, long wearing, transfer proof, waterproof, and sweat proof. I'm going furniture shopping today, so let's see if that really works. It has no mushroom extract, apple fruit extract, and hyaluronic acid to hydrate and brighten. Supposedly it's supposed to minimize the appearance of pores, cover your dark spots and redness, make your skin look smooth, feels comfortable and lightweight, like your skin could breathe, made to look natural and healthy on the skin, and feels nourishing. So that's a lot of claims, and I'm gonna go through and see if they're all there. So I went ahead and primed with one of my favorites, the Tarte Silk Canvas. It's definitely cute packaging, a little gold moment. And then when you take it off the top, it has a gold pump. So I don't know how much we're gonna need. I just went ahead and washed my beauty sponge. So I'm gonna start off with one pump. So let's see how much coverage we get using a sponge. I will say it feels pretty light on the skin immediately. You know when you first put on a foundation and it's naturally very heavy and you put it on, it's just like, oh, feels like it's just in your pores. This feels like I'm just putting on a very light moisturizer. So it looks like one pump covers about one cheek. I do have a decent amount of like hyperpigmentation and dark spots to cover, so I just took one more pump on this side. So like I said, it feels good on the skin. It definitely doesn't feel heavy. I know it looks pale, but I will bronze. It matches my neck though. It blends in really nicely, so I'm glad I got this shade. And I'm taking one more pump for the forehead. So about 3 pumps to cover the face. I know I have a big face though. So a few of my little hyperpigmentation spots on my cheeks I can still see a little bit of. So I just took a little extra bit on top, and this is buildable if you have a lot to cover. It does feel hydrating though. You know when you get that nice kind of cooling, hydrating sensation with certain products? I will say it feels like that. It's really nice. I know, I look really pale. This is how pale I am without bronzer. So overall, I think it has a really nice coverage. I'm using just natural sunlight so you guys can just see the natural, real look of it. It doesn't really feel like it's drying down a lot yet. Like it's still a little bit tacky, so I'm gonna give it a minute. Obviously, I'm gonna set it with powder because it's what I do, but I'm curious if it will kind of dry down a little bit or not, because it's supposed to have that natural matte finish. So it's been a few minutes now and the foundation still is a little bit tacky. It's definitely not like wet or anything, but it doesn't feel like super dry. It feels light on the skin, as I mentioned. I do feel like it has definitely more of a matte looking finish. It's not like my face is super shiny, but it looks rather natural. Kind of like a natural matte glow. Coverage is really nice. It definitely feels hydrating on the skin. I feel like it covers everything really well. It's not settling into my pores. So far I like it a lot. I'm gonna go through and just set my face with powder, do my usual makeup routine, and let's see how it looks with some powder on. face is done. If you're wondering, my lipstick, I am wearing the Coco K lip kit from Kylie, and my lashes are Pompadour from Kiss. I love this, and I'm also wearing the new palette I got. If you watched my vlog, you know I just got a couple things at Ulta, but I'm wearing the Cheerleader Bronze Squad from Benefit. I'm wearing the bronzer, the highlighter, which is so pretty, and the blush. So this palette is bomb.com. Honestly, I'm really feeling how my makeup looks today. Lately, like, you know, some days, even if you do the same exact makeup, like some days you feel it and some days you don't. I just really think my face looks good today, and I do think it's partially because of the foundation. I feel like my skin looks really just kind of airbrushed, but it's not overwhelming. It's kind of like a natural, really pretty foundation. The only thing is, around my nose, it's like a little bit cakey or crusty, or you know when it kind of does that around the nose and it like settles in. But like, I've had that happen with a lot of foundations. If I got up in there with some translucent, if I got up in there with the translucent powder, I could probably calm that, but I feel like it's set really nicely. All I used was my Airspun translucent to set my whole face. So I do feel like it kind of just stayed where it was. It's not very slippery, because I will say my nose is a trouble area for me. Like sometimes with foundation, they never dry enough, so when I put powder on, my blackheads come through, or my pores, and like the foundation gets kind of patchy, but that didn't happen with this one. I think it looks super, super beautiful, and it feels weightless. So it's currently 11:45 a.m. I have a long day ahead of me, so I'm gonna bring you guys along, and we will do lots of foundation check-ins. I hope this wears well because it looks really nice. All right, so I have had the foundation on now for just a little over 2 hours, so it hasn't been very long, but I want to check in fairly frequently with you guys. I am kind of obsessed. I was just looking at myself in the mirror, and it's just sitting really nicely on the skin. It's not settling in anywhere. The coverage still looks so pretty. I don't know, I'm just really into this so far. I'm definitely not getting oily in the T-zone, because with certain foundations I can get oily pretty quickly. So it's staying that really nice natural matte finish. It's not like drying out my skin or anything. It feels good, looks good. Let's keep the day going. So the foundation, I just had to blow my nose. I'm getting lunch with my cousin. I just blew my nose. Hi, Greta. And literally, you know how I said it was transfer proof? And I will say I blew my nose, and literally, usually I have so much foundation come off when I have to blow my nose, and surprisingly barely moved at all. Like, it looks exactly the same. I'm impressed. So I will say the transfer proof might just be a reality. Like, it feels like it's just on there, like nothing, it's not moving. So that's the tea. All right guys, it has been 5.5 hours with the foundation on. It still looks flawless. Like, I'm really kind of shook. As you can see, my forehead looks a little shiny, but not enough to be concerning. I think it still looks like a very natural look. It's not like greasy. I don't know, maybe I am a little shiny. What do you guys think? Overall though, no cracking, no creasing, no settling into pores. I like it. Okay, so I have had this foundation on for 13 hours. It's very late. I went out for my friend's birthday tonight, and I was just examining my face in the mirror, and I'm pretty shook. I have blown my nose multiple times. I was sweating. I'm a sweaty person, and honestly, I am so impressed. It did not oxidize and change to any weird colors. It did not settle into anything. I got like a little bit of shine, but it wasn't like wet or like oily. It just looked like a very natural glow. I didn't touch up, so you could always use like blotting powders or whatever, because I did not have to touch up and have it only be that minimally a little shine in the T-zone. I don't feel like it, I mean, I've had it on forever now, so like I definitely don't look perfect, but it looks a lot better than a lot of my other foundations after this long. Overall, I'm super impressed and would definitely recommend. So I'll link it below if you want to shop online, and let me know what should we try next. Honestly, I would give this a big thumbs up. Honestly, like 9.5 out of 10, maybe even 10 out of 10. I don't know. It hit the mark on everything for me, in like longevity, the look of it, no oxidization. I'm so sleepy right now. But I'm really impressed. Yay, new foundation. Hip hip hooray. All right, good night.